Oh yes, thank you very much for keeping it locked. It is KJz Media 99 on YouTube, Instagram KJz Media 99, TikTok KJz Media 99, and Facebook. It is the same. The Talk KJz. I'm Ken Jones, ready to take you through the fantastic show with the fantastic sex madam. Oh my God! Nenga mugamba muti emirimu gitambula giteeka nsubire nti muli bulungi abavubuka yonna yonna gye musinzira okubanga muli ba KJz Media tubagamba nti fe abasinga mu kintu kino. Yeah, in case nga oyagala okulangira oyagala advertising, it might be on social media via social media, or in case you want to advertise your business on a TV station or radio station, you can contact us on 0754757126 in a program KJz Media, the Talk KJz. Matukutusazaako ensonga ezitukwatako ffe nga abavubuka. Still, the topic is mistakes we do in life. During that period, nga tuli mu adolescence stage, there's that transition nga tuva myaka emito tuyingira the adult age, where we start to decide for ourselves. Okay, not ourselves, but tubeera abamu kufe nga tukyali baana tukyali waka, naye oba osobola okusalawo ekigenda obeera mu bulamu bwo. Not so? Olunaku lwaleero nina mu episode eno ey'okubiri nina omukyala the sex mama dem discovery chocolate, the true definition of Mama Africa, the true definition of black shines brightest. Thanks for joining us today on KJz Media. A simple introduction about yourself.
Yeah, thank you KJz Media for hosting me. It's really a privilege and it's my pleasure being here. Yeah, I'm Joy, the Black Beauty. Thank you. And talking about well, I'm Joy, the Black Beauty. As you can see, I'm black and I love my skin complexion. And going back to our theme today, mistakes we do. Talking about that, it's really a wide topic, as you can see, KJz, and going about details, transiting from, as in the teenage age, crossing over. We really do a lot of mistakes. We make a lot of mistakes and we make a lot of choices.
And I think this mostly happen when we are in high school. Mostly yes. Form 2. That's where we feel like we have come of age and we are really having a hype of going into the adulthood stage. So talking about mistakes, we really make a lot of mistakes, and I'm seeing some people are still making the same mistakes, however much they've already crossed over. So talking about some of those mistakes we make, so I'll start with a few mistakes we make and we think they don't have any consequences. So for example, mistakes we make as in going into contradicting situations with our parents. That's a first mistake we really make because we think we've come of age. And trust me, it looks like a simple thing, but it has a lot of consequences after that. Because you might think that now you've come of age, you have to decide what you want, but actually sometimes you don't know even what you want. Yeah.
So in most times we end up making relationships, we end up making like friends that are not of benefit to us. So talking about the area of relationships.
But you're talking with the confidence. It seems like you've ever experienced it in your life. Is it?
Well, I'm talking about some parts because I've gone through it and I've experienced it. So I also made some mistakes. So everyone makes mistakes. So talking
what
about
are some of the mistakes? Okay, let us start with you in person. What are some of the mistakes you've made and you're regretting? Why did you by then? And chigenda affecting in your life?
Well, some of the mistakes I made. Okay, I don't want you to pass judgments here because we all do make mistakes, right?
Yeah.
So I started this dating stuff when I was in high school, but I realized it was a mistake after because it really consumed a lot of my time. And remember, high school stuff is you sometimes get misled and carried away because it's something like a wave. You're like, as long as everyone is doing it.
You started dating in high school.
Well,
which class was that? I remember for me it was around I think it was form 2 when I had my first girlfriend. Imagine being in form 2 and your girlfriend, she's in form 5.
Well, that's really hilarious because in most cases it's really underestimated for a guy being in a lower class than their babe, and because of those small things, people get carried away. You know, high school stuff, you're just in one environment, your whole mind is in one place, so you're not thinking like there's a bigger world outside.
Tell us, how did the guy start?
So talking about my experience, it was really weird because I had a lot of attention from teachers and students, so it was really hard for me to be choosing between people because now teachers would be hating on students, and you get
seems like you were famous.
Well, no, I was somehow famous because I was this active person in school, and I was favoritism. So I was a leader. In fact, in my school, teachers would they wouldn't elect, they would appoint. So I was appointed when I had just joined school because they thought I had the capability of leading people and students. So I was appointed, and well, teachers' hopes were high in me because I was very active and they just liked me somehow. There is this aura I had, I don't know, but it could just attract attention. And actually, I don't like being the center of attention, but those guys could just give me a lot of attention. So now there is just one person. Okay, I used to be in a lot of boys scandals. I don't like being in boys stuff. I don't like being in boys stuff, but boys would just bring up scandals. Because I was in form 3 and then there was this guy in form 4 who was kind of vibing me, stuff like that.
He was vibing me, of course. You know, first of all, it depends on your looks. You can attract anyone. Yes. You can attract anyone's attention to vibe you. So during that stage, in high school, form 2, that's where I get to know that I need to take care of myself. And if someone says hi and you are a girl, you like me, oh mama, you tell your friends, you know the other guy? Which guy? Bash. Bash approached me and was like, hey, I like you, blah blah. And then from there and then you're going to start taking care of yourself. Before leaving the hostel or the dormitory, you have to make sure that you look good, stuff like that. The uniform is smart. You're like, wow. But actually, by then, I wasn't so invested in my looks. I could be, okay, I was a school lawbreaker. However much I was a prefect, but I could break school rules. I could actually go to school sometimes in non-school uniform clothes and stuff like that. In a simple term, you were stubborn. Yes, I was very stubborn, just that I had a good performance. So teachers could sometimes just ignore the fact that I break school rules because I could perform. So I could do a lot of weird stuff. Very weird stuff. What do you regret during that time? I regret the time I wasted in relationship stuff. Dating stuff in high school, a wastage. It was totally a wastage. Just no, I could dodge classes for just to go and hang out with the so-called lover. So it was just a waste. Not a so-called lover, because by then you used to love him. Whatever, at our school, we had a lot of freedom. A lot. In fact, when I took senior 5, like a whole term. Kati, there is this boy who was vibing. He was in form 6, I was in form 5. Kati ne barana no mlenzo omulala. Kati nengenda kuseta si yange. Nemposti kati kuombi tewali kwenjagala. Kati tewakola. Then they combined forces,
So they started flirting with my best friend. So she turned against me. Kati, just not, I was feeling very uncomfortable in that place. I couldn't even stay to start a whole day. One they will be like, flirty stuff.
Yeah.
So they will make me feel out of place. They will be like saying words to make me feel mad and feel out of place. So I had to leave early. So it was like a whole school term, leaving at around midday. I wouldn't even finish a whole day at school. So you see, we had a lot of freedom.
You started dating at our age, yes? And never combining amanyiga first year when bagikuteekako bamala combining and bagikuteekako notandika n'okumissing classes because of boys.
Well, I didn't miss classes because of
you used to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I used to feel really uncomfortable, yeah. But I had my subjects were always there in the morning. So I would catch up with my lessons and then leave. I wouldn't stay for extra classes. As long as my subjects are done, I leave. Actually, I don't know how this is, but trust me, it's something like, I don't know, but I've never failed in my classes. However much I wouldn't study every lesson, but I couldn't fail. So I had my own studying schedule, not like being into books and stuff like that, because I had to work. So I had to be at school. Then at around 7, I had to go to work. So I had to make sure that I balance my schedule, school stuff and
what do you think about secondary schools giving like freedom to students to do coupling? Should they be strict? Because you've just said that your school used to give you a lot of freedom.
Yes.
And I have my friends that I know.
But let me tell you something about my school. Most people I studied with right now, stuff like that. But I think it was really a very good opportunity of giving students freedom. It proves that someone has self-control and they can think before they do something. So I'm pretty sure most of my teachers didn't even expect me to go through that stage, because they thought I was the stubbornest and wildest. But actually, they were very, very surprised, like me being among the best students from that school. So I think they should actually make schools more free. But no. Some students can't have that self-control. It's really hard. But my school, the moment you enter the school like this, bagambira wanoze tetugenda kuba kalbi tewali byakali. Era break time wetuka, you have to lead yourself to go buy something to eat. Ate we buy stuff eat from outside. Tewali mbuno. Actually, I loved my school. I really loved it because it groomed me into someone who is quite responsible.
Exposed to intervention.
Yeah, I was very exposed. I didn't never Christian. Very strict. Now they find you coupling. So then I shifted to that school after in Form 2 and enjoying English.
Let's assure, as someone approaches you at campus, is it a right stage for you to start dating?
Oh, that's a tough question.
No, Adikati, to know the adolescence stage.
Yes.
Which I hope, or I think, Wajivam.
Yeah, I got over it.
Because right now, what you campus?
Yeah.
Gerard,
right now,
Adam approaches you.
Now
you are lying.
But the thing, sweetheart, right now, like, you can say everything, as in, people have a lot of good words, but I've heard most of them. But right now, I'm not looking into a relationship.
Okay, you're at campus, someone approaches you. What is going to come into your mind at the first time? at the first place?
Simanyi nakumanya kubanga like I would listen because you have to give someone chance, so I would listen, but doesn't mean that I'm going to be into the relationship stuff, but I'm not looking into a relationship right now. I'm giving myself a break. I'm looking into focusing on myself more and developing myself. So I don't want to add someone who is going to start stressing me out. Relationship is really stressful and I'm not ready for the stress. So once I feel like I'm ready for the stress, I'm going to be back in the relationship stuff.
Tugezako kujjayo ensonga lwaki ensobi ezimu ze tukola mu bulamu nga tukyali mu stage neyo wansi, stage yaffe ey'obuto. Tiwokula zigenda ku affectinga zitya. Kiseera ekisinga abamu tutandika okudatinga akozesa drug nga tukyali mu high school. Ne tutamanya nti kino kye tukola kitutwalawo. And there is something I believe it is a duty of parents. Yes?
Exactly.
The way you groom your kids, yengeri gye bagenda okulamu. Wenkulange wakanze taata ndi freelancer. Omwana akimanyi I use drug. Omwana akimanyi I cheat ku mama we. Cheatinga ku mami we. Mbera mbakazi, mbera muki, sagala kusoma, such stuff. First, ekifaananyi kyemulaga nga akula ng'omuzadde kyagenda okutwala.
Talking about the area of parents, actually the reason as to why I dated in my high school is because I didn't have this closeness with my parents. I wanted someone to talk to, just to tell them what I go through, but my parents didn't have the time and they were very strict. So I felt like I can't talk to them about some stuff. I was very, very secretive when it came to my parents. And I'm pretty sure your parents are supposed to be your first friend.
Yeah.
So I wasn't having my parents as my friends, and they weren't there for me as in that time.
I always talk about that issue. As a parent, you should be the best friend to your kids. That's one. Though you should put boundaries, like limit. Tiro wenjani sekana abana bano nembalaga nti I'm doing my parenting part. Yes? Trying to be omuzadde obeera open eri abaana nga mikwano gyo. Joey akalenzo kanajja ne kakwana ne kakuzanyirako mu high school. Of course you're going to come ongambe mami manye mbadde ndi awo kachali ne kajja ne kangabwe kanebwe kati. Then it's your responsibility omugambe nti okyakola ki okyali. Yes?
Yeah.
Ne wabeerawo limit. Waliwo ogenda okujja ng'olina okukambuwala kozi oli muzadde.
Yeah, that's right.
Engeri gyonna ekyalingamu omwana engeri gyagenda okitwala. Which advice do you give to parents?
The advice that I would give to parents is to get close to their children and get to know them more, rather than like listening to what people are telling them about their own kids. Because if you're the parent, it means that you're having that chance of getting close to your child. So parents should actually give attention to detail. Kubanga like waliwo abaana ebintu byebakola. Naye nga gwe ng'omuzadde like kale tokitaddeeko birowoozo ye.
Yeah.
Kati omwana n'agetinga distant naye nga gwe tokinotisinga. Kati ogenda you get to notice that your kid is already distant nga ate it's too far, like you can't bring back that bond.
Yeah.
So parents should give attention to detail, because our kids get to do a lot of stuff in front of us, but we just don't notice because we don't give them attention.
Guno mulembe gwe tulimu ogenda sanga omuzadde awadde omwana esimu. Omwana akyali mu primary. Yeah? I've ever found a kid who is in like primary 5 nga manyi okozesa WhatsApp. Agenda na googlinga. Yes, I know it's digital generation.
Yes.
Yes. Ti ogenda sanga international schools abana tebakyawandika mu bitabo. Bakozesa laptops. Yes. Naye omulimiti nzo otya. Okimanyi abaana abeereyo nga balaba porno nga bali mu P5 bali mu primary. Would you support it?
I don't even know right now, because in this generation oganasanga nomona like nga muto naye nga aina access to electronics, so that can't be reversed right now, but parents have to look into more ways of making sure that their kids don't get exposed to the wrong content, because right now we're having a lot of content creators and their content isn't really supposed to be exposed to kids, and it's all over social media. So you have to make sure that you monitor what your kid is using on the phone, which apps are they using, what are they more into, like what are they interested in too on social media. Because once your kid gets exposed to all that stuff, trust me, getting their mindset back to what they're supposed to be thinking is really hard. So you have to make sure that your kid gets exposed to the social media stuff at the appropriate age, at least when they're in high school or something like that. But you make sure that you're also monitoring what they're doing on social media.
High school, like in which class exactly? Because also nowadays in high school we have young kids.
I think Form 2 is fine. Me, I was in high school, but I actually made most of the decisions using my conscious mind. Kati, I wasn't this type of person in bandwagon effect. Sigena limba mbu waliwo mukwano gwange ya influences enenkoletintu. That would be a total lie. I'd make every single decision by myself. And even my friends would be like, Joy, to a party, bichi. I'll be like, I'm not going. However much all of them would be going, I'll tell them I'm not. However much they would hype me, you shouldn't miss this party, bichi.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't influenced by anyone. Yeah.
Abavubuka bandi ku campus obavuddeko obamaliriza university kati ngenda tandika ki bulamu omanyi otubeera ku campus there's a stage wootuuka ng'olina mikwano gyo mulimu n'abakozesa drug.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, mu stage eyo omuvubuka yenna ndaba nga oli ku university. Yes, olina ekintu kyolina okumanya nti after university what is my next step? It is the best question ekirina okubeeramu. After campus, what is my next stage? Or anything that I'm doing when I'm at university kirina ekifaananyi kyekikuba, yes, on how my life is going to go on. Will it be smooth or hard? Campus otandika okumanya nti kati I'm in my last year, ngenda ba ku sente z'omuzadde. That's one. Yes, after graduation. After graduation, what is my next step? Mulimu abazadde nga tebagenda kuwa support. So woba onywa enjagayo nywese magezi woba okola sex ng'odeetinga n'obaka n'abakazi ab'enjawulo, remember waliyo empeka eri ogimira mwaka ku mwaka. Kati ebintu ebimu tulina obikola nga tukola ki? Twegendereza. Omuwala oli ku campus odeetinga, muvubuka ki gwendeetinga naye? Yes, favubuka ngenda kukwana after we've had sex ofunye olubuto mbulewo. Yes, mulimu abalina emize nti agenda kwegatta n'omwana wa munne afune olubuto asenguke ajjeko essimu. Yes, ng'omuwala nga tonaba kwebaka na mulenzi yenna. You should question yourself, once I get infected, muzadde ngenda mugamba nti sina muzadde negwe nga gogenda kwebuuza otya. Yes, how are you going to like cancel yourself out? Obakitegeera?
Yeah.
So abavubuka twebereremu during that stage, because I think it is our final stage for the best foundation that is going to show us whether we're having a bright future or not. But njala twogera ku ensonga obe ku bavubuka amagezi abali ku campus, because kimanyi gy'oli, it's a lot going on that side. Yes, bayo ku magezi kimanyi nawe era ensobi okyakola. Yeah, like ne mulimu ensobi ezitanyiganya nti zigenda affecting a nyoj.
Era kyo kituufu kubanga
I don't think that dating at campus kiina engeri gye kigenda okukola kyo oku-affecting ennyo.
At campus tekirina we kigenda ku-affectingira nnyo kubanga kati oba muntu mukulu you get ate oba omanyi
it determines the decisions you make.
That's right.
Who's the right person I have to date? Yes?
Kiki
nnina okukola na kiki esitalina kukola.
Awo buli kimu kiba kitambulira ku ggwe kyoba osazeewo. You get, so you have to reap what you sow.
Kirumanze kajja okujja okuziika ne bagamba nti nenywe ne ngamba mukwano gwange oyo namulabula yafudde ki nga kiswaza okwogera kikyo yinza okugamba abavubuka bali mu stage.
So like auntie, there are two types of people in that stage. Kati waliwo abantu nga they are basically on their parents. So they're having full support from their parents. And there are some people who are independent. Kati, those types of people have to get different types of advice. Kubanga kati waliwo abantu abava in high school ne bajja at campus nga they are getting full support from their parents. Nga they don't know about, like they don't know anything about the outside life. But it's so green. They don't know stuff about working. Kati kitegera omuntu ng'oyo bw'ajja mu field kiba kigenda mukaluubiriza nnyo okopinga up.
Ate abe basinga okweraga.
You get. Kati agenda beere no ku campus nga bazadde be bamuwa buli kimu talina they have never handled any type of work. Tasa running a small business. You get. Ate nga nti wova ku campus it's not 100% chances of getting the career you worked for, you studied for, stuff like that. So you might actually achieve your dream of doing your dream career, but it might take some time. Kati in the meantime we no better on ekyokola. Kati oyo omuntu avudde mu campus ngali green simanyi nati mba mugamba.
Atenga ye percentage esinga obungi.
Okitegeera ye percentage esinga obungi. Kati munange obanga oli ku parent support. You do make research about the outside world before you go into it, because it's rough out there. It's very rough. Kati yo buntu ali independent. Yeah, life tejabera nyo different. Kubanga already.
Because already achibaddemu.
Okitegeera ali introduced, exposed.
Agenda kwongeramu bwongezi.
Yeah, kati gwe munaye ali green. Ngokyali ku parent support. Make sure you have the ethics. Save. Train yourself to save. Kubanga like your
parents are going to save. Because mulimo abazadde abamu nga taswala omwana ali ku campus naye nga buli week amu emitwalo 3.
But you get.
Tosobola kusavingako.
You're getting 30,000.
Sente buli nsawo ya muzadde yenkana.
Kituufu you get. Ate kati waliwo abazadde nga bapamparinga abaana baabwe. Nga agenda making sure until they put every single thing on the table for their kid. Which is actually not bad, but I wouldn't support a parent to do such a thing for a person who is at campus. Muleke asoka agendeko okitegeera naye amanye nti no, there is another life besides this one whereby you get everything served on a silver plate.
Nena mukwano gwange gwamanyi struggling abimukubyemukko kamuyo ka mention no wonder Sulaiman which guy is media musajja mukubi waaso anange. I think singa buli mulenzi yalinga omulenzi oyo kyandibadde kiralamu. By the way, I give you respect bro. Naye nga at campus nga tunabakola kintu kyonna esere tusenga tukola ebintu nga tutunulidde kireka abazadde baffe. The repetition of our family background. Ekintu kyonna kyetulina okukola during that stage tunulira omuzadde kimuleka. Watulina abazadde abamu nga bali mu politics nga balina respect eyo gye babawa. Katwala omulenzi gwe nalaba nga nasijja mwogerako kamuleke yali bisexual ng'enjogera bwegamba yali bisexual naye nga omubuuza yali ena institution gyasomerako nga yonna bamumanyi kyakola akikola nakirecordinga nakiteeka nakisharinga mu groups as an institution. Naye kati nga muli neebuuza one day nafunako one-on-one talk naye nga tamanyi naye yayogera ekigambo kimu, by all means I have to be a celebrity.
Banange.
I will do whatever it takes. Oba kya busiru, oba kyaki. No, nachikola. He achieved it, what he wanted. Bamumanyi. Naye ekyo kikoze. You know, because na reputation ya family ogiresewa.
That's right, by the way, because you should also consider your parents' reputation. Kubanga kati ate ogenda osanga abantu ngaabo nga bambi abazadde be babadde bamuyinamu hopes nyingi ate n'aba disappointing. That's very bad.
And these days you have social media. Eduse ebintu fast. Amawulire gagenda oyita ewantu nga gakusooseeyo ddogo oli awo nga muzeeyi wakubira akasimu agamba Joe. Yes, Dad. I've seen some stuff via social media. Chekigenda maaso. Obakitegeera.
Ate kati right now, bino ebintu bya LGBTQ binengejje bisaculating. Someone will come and befriend you in the name of friendship. Nenga, you don't know what they are looking into. Because actually, I'm talking out of experience. I had that one girl who was my friend. The girl is lesbian, but she came to me as a friend, and she was very, very controlling. Controlling obulamu bwoye. Nenga faking scenarios, kale ofune your sympathy vote, stuff like that. Nenga ina hidden agenda, you get. Nenga utasachi kugamba like direct ngayagala. Maybe you realize it with time. Okay. So you have to be very selective when you're making friends.
Okay, no discussion is your toward. I think that will be a topic. Producer Wangala, what? Yeah? It will be a topic for another day. This advice goes to all the fellow you. What am I supposed to do in life? You need to have principles. Obulamu ko butambulira. Mulimu ebintu by'olina okukola ne by'otalina kukola. Tunuulira nnyo. Totunuulira kiriwo buno budde. Obulamu bwange buli ku kikati. Buli kimu ky'okola kikole ng'otunuulira ebisala bye ebijja mu maaso. Nze mmanyi mundaba boyi wange. Nze nkoze mistakes. Ezimu nzejjusa ate nnyingi. Ezimu nzejjusa ate nnyingi. Naye kino bagamba out of experience. I've ever used a drug. Yes. Naye engeri gye nakivaamu Mukama yasinga okukola ki okumanya. Naye njagala bagamba nti buli kimu ky'okola it regards your future. Ate bikomawo. Toza nti ogenda kikoma wanje. Ennaku zino social media tereka bwino.
That's right. Social media keeps everything.
Bajja kukwata wali ka video ng'olina ky'okola ogenda ozaala abaana. Bakajeyo tukajeyo emyaka 10 maaso abaana bagambe dadi kiki wali ofaaki kyotukubira ate kiwali okola kitegeera as we are ending the show, can you give us any remark, advice?
Well, the words I can leave you guys with, our listener, I can tell you one thing. If you're making any decision, make sure that you think twice and make sure that you make decisions that are going to help you. And most especially, my fellow female friends, make sure that you focus on yourself. Don't be invested into relationships, as in you're going to put all your focus into pleasing men. Sweetheart, they're going to disappoint you. They'll break your heart. They'll dismantle it. They'll do every type of thing to it. So you should put all your focus on yourself. Develop yourself. Men these days don't want lazy women. A woman who is going to just sit at home, do nothing, and expect to get something out of it. Sweetheart, these days, women should be wise upstairs. That's all I can leave you with. And my guys, you know what to do.
Okay. It is the Talk KJz, and I'm Ken Jones. Together, I was joined with Joey Maria. Yeah, I think. Is it pronounced Joey?
Yes.
Maria. So this was our second episode about the topic, the mistakes we do in life. Gatuli, I think I means affecting future okurimitinga emikisa gyaffe biseera by'omaaso. We are KJz Media 99 on all social media platforms, that is YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You can check us out. In case you have any business, in case you want to advertise with us, we are open. You can get us via 0754757126, 0754757126. In case oyina mukologo oyagala kukola coverage, oyina photo shoot, baby shower, birthday shoot, osobola still to contacting. We are the best in creating stories. KJz Media, I sign out.